Sponsored by DavisMusicPro.com. What's happening, people? You're tuning in to Comedy by Coincidence. Chris Davis and Ty Young. It's episode number 37 for y'all. Coming at y'all on hopefully a Monday or a Tuesday. Ty's mobile. What's up, dude? Ty is on the move.
What's up?
How's it going, brother? You see me?
Oh, it's going pretty good. I'm in a new country. You know, those of you watching along with the video, you can see that I'm out and about, walking around. Recently obtained my freedom, so I got to use it, right?
Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. So, for all y'all who didn't know, we talked about it on the last episode, but Ty got called away to Europe again. What country are you in right now, brother?
I am currently in Belgium, which is like a weird border country because they don't like the official language here is Flemish, right?
Right.
Which is a weird combination of French and German. Like they don't have their own original language, so it's a true international country because you know you everywhere you go you see a French translation, a German translation, and then also an English translation. So
interesting.
It's kind of a weird mix of awesome.
That is awesome. So he had to quarantine for the first couple of days. He touched down, and now he's out and about the literal second we start recording. So.
Oh, this is tremendous.
Exactly.
Tremendous. Oh, this is tremendous. 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 This is tremendous.
So, you know, I just couldn't sit around the hotel room anymore, so I had to get out and about, and I figured, you know what, let's give these people a view, see what, like, the streets of Brussels are. You know, you can kind of see it behind me and everything as I walk around, so.
Yeah. Looks tight. Yeah, man, I'm taking it all in. Taking you in, too. You're looking good. You're looking good, brother.
Thank you.
Obviously, you ain't hit any open mics there in Belgium yet. Did you hit any before you left town?
I'm back into a writing period because, you know, the English speaking mics here seems like it's mainly international comics, and like it's people brought in specifically for comedy, so it doesn't seem like there's any open mics here. Seems like it might be the same case for France as well.
Okay. Keep looking though. Don't stop looking. You might surprise yourself. But I remember in England you were having trouble. It was all established people, and there was no real like open mics for just comics. There were like lots of music open mics, and you gotta take what you can get sometimes, right? Am I right?
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Now don't get stabbed on your walk out here.
Oh, absolutely not. Brussels is one of the safest cities in Europe, it seems like.
Okay.
And it's also like one of the dirtiest cities. I might start nicknaming it Dog Turd City.
Seen a lot of dog turds?
Dog Rocket City.
Jeez.
I mean, it's just a lot of people walking around their pets and whatnot and not picking a bathroom. So I step in their poop. And then it's just an awkward situation for everybody,
Yeah. And you smell like shit the rest of the day, and it's not even your fault. It's some assholes.
Ooh.
Exactly.
All right. Okay.
Um, what do I know, man? Forgiving Tree just booked a couple shows. One for August 5th. No, yeah, August 5th, which is a Friday. That's a ways away, buddy. I know it's all the way out in August, but it's a mid-sized venue that we've been wanting to play. And they booked up all the way to July, and so their only available day in July was July 3rd. That's my birthday. I already got plans, so fuck that. You know what I mean? So August 5th,
Yeah. I get it.
big old show, and then we got one March 12th, which is at least a little sooner, at a smaller venue, but they actually are going to pay better, so that's kind of cool. So,
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Gotta get that paper,
you know it. On my way to making a little bit of Forgiving Tree merch too, so that's going to be cool as well.
That's awesome.
Tie-dyes
You know,
for it, but
I was thinking,
need the logo for it. What were you
well, I
thinking?
mean, yeah. I was thinking, we kind of got to make some comedy by coincidence merch, so that way, I can throw on the T-shirt during these walks about.
Yeah, 100%. My buddy just got a
Mm-hmm.
shirt screen printer, so next time you come in, give me some heads up, and I'll have a couple made up. You know what I mean?
Oh, that'd be fantastic, man.
And Matt, we need to get a good logo too. You know what I mean? That would really set us apart a little bit.
I mean,
throw that logo on shit.
Yeah, but our logo is constantly evolving as the listeners who have been following us from the beginning. We got the original Comedy by Coincidence that you see on this thing, and then you got the camel that's on the Facebook page. So we're playing around with ideas, figuring it out.
Yeah. I changed all of our logos up to a nice picture of us too, to kind of help.
Ooh,
I didn't the OG.
A nice picture of me.
It is a good picture of you. You don't look bad in it. I'm in it too, though. I got my side profile, but looks a little better than that OG. I feel like that original Comedy by Coincidence logo that I drafted up was turning people off, and we lost him. And we got a good shot of his titties too. Oh nope, there he is. He's back. It's a nice shot too.
Oh, remix, skip.
Yeah, that's okay. We got a nice shot of your tatas for a second. That was good.
Oh, well, I have been saying for years, and they still are best in shop. So,
shit, they might be the best in Belgium right now.
Contest that? Yeah.
Fuck. So I've been putting in the work trying to book shows for the Forgiven Tree. Not a whole lot of news outside of that. It's been good.
Okay.
How are your flights?
I mean, progress is progress. So you got a September show and an August show that people can plan ahead for.
A March show. At least that's a month away.
Cards or
yeah.
A month away. So yeah, you got plenty of time.
And then the August one, which is a good 6 months. Yeah. Oh man, I need to drop.
Are you guys selling tickets like you did before?
No, it's going to be all at the show, which is going to be a lot easier for us. Thank God. That sucked because we were like personally dropping them off to everybody. That was a lot.
Are you allowed to drop the name of the venue right now so people can start getting those tickets and all
Yeah,
that?
if you guys want to come out, March 12th we'll be at Broadway Boat Bar in downtown St. Louis. Really excited, and you can get your tickets there at the door. Okay, and then
ooh, excellent.
Yeah, and unlike last time, they'll be just the same price as they would be pre-show. So that's why I say just get them when you show up. And then Sky Music Lounge in Baldwin, Missouri on August 5th, which I know that's a ways out, guys, but that gives you plenty of time to plan. So there you go.
Exactly. You know, maybe take a little day trip down to St. Louis and check out Forgiving Tree. You know.
100. So you're in a writing period. We need to get that 5 minutes to a good 15 or 30 minutes. Am I right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's one of those, like, I have a couple different 5 minute sections that I could work on, but it's tying them together because it's a weird thing where you got to like develop a stage presence, you know,
Right.
but each of the 5 minutes require a different type of stage presence. So getting people to follow the switch and all that, it's a challenge because once you get them used to one 5 minute kind of presence and then you all of a sudden change it up, you know, it throws people for a loop. It kind of confuses the waters. It muddies it up, you know.
Right. That's why it's best to write comedy that's literally to your taste.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And personally, I think one of the main problems I have is I have too many tastes. You know, it's one of those. You know, I want to do some dirty stuff, but that requires a little bit more animation, a little bit more vocal raising stuff. But then if I go into, you know, my cleaner sets, it requires a whole lot more humility and timidness. You know.
Right.
So it's a ball game changer.
Totally. I think I was listening to some Uncle Joey the other day, man, and he said that comedy. He broke it down to comedy is how you relate to the rest of the world. You know, and how it doesn't matter what they think about it. It's how you're perceiving it, and that's what's going to make it funny. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're forcing people to relate to you, even though it may not be relatable in certain ways too.
Mm-hmm.
You know
It's one of those, like Patrice O'Neill has a great bit out there where he's basically playing with the idea that the amount of time that police will look for you depends on how hot you are as a white woman. Um, you know, so like he'll pick out a hot audience member, and he's like, you're a solid like 5 day look. You know, people will look for you for 5 days, no problem. But then he'd look at a black woman in the crowd and be like, they ain't looking for you, but I'd look for you. You know,
I'd look for you, girl.
Like, exactly. So it's less about what people would do, but what you would do, you know?
I feel that, and your experience, too. No white person's telling that.
Exactly.
Joke, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You get it.
So, awesome, man. Well, good luck on the writing. Belgium should be good. You were just walking through an area with, like, a glass ceiling. Where were you? That looked dope as shit.
That is just all throughout Belgium. Like you would have, especially in Brussels here, like old time markets and with really cool facades and whatnot. And instead of destroying the facades to help preserve them, they just glassed them over on the roof. So like in a little alleyway to you is all of a sudden will turn into a huge shopping mall, and it would just be like a really cool little thing. Like I'm going to kind of give you a sideways view down the hallway here. You know, it doesn't look that great with the lights and all that, but you know, it's a dope little alleyway shopping center that they kind of turned into it.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. It's one of those kind of like how they mix the old with the new, you know. Right. Which is actually a good tie back into comedy because it's like comedians all the time will talk about how they're special. Excuse me. We'll talk about how they just got done with the special, so they have to ditch all the material. So they have to start creating, like Joe Rogan calls them shit sandwiches, where you're trying to mix the old with the new, so that way people still get like a laugh or two, but you're still trying new stuff out. And that's kind of like Europe and their architecture right now,
Right.
where they got a whole bunch of old stuff and they're trying to figure out how to make it modernized.
It's pretty cool though. I'm digging it.
Mm-hmm.
You heard any comedy news in your travels?
Not really. You got the ever evolving Joe Rogan controversy,
Yeah.
which I have no comment on.
Everybody
believe
won't
what you want
shut
to
the
believe was
up about it,
exactly. Everybody's trying to throw their 5 cents in, and I'm just like, you know what? Let's just not comment on it and just kind of go on our merry way. There's enough people talking about it and all that. Listen to who you want to listen to, believe who you want to believe, and then move on from there.
100%, dude. So they're trying to cancel Joe Rogan. They're trying to cancel Whoopi Goldberg. Not really. They suspended her for 2 weeks from The View for
Mm-hmm.
saying the Holocaust wasn't about racism. Which
Well,
she had a point.
The whole
Everybody takes shit out of context and goes to a frenzy. So
and it's one of those like the Whoopi Goldberg thing. I understand a little bit more because she literally didn't know that it was about race. Because the definition of race has changed over the years, where it's no like nowadays it's black, white, Asian, and all that. Whereas back in the day, Jews were considered a different race from white people.
Right.
So, that's what brought about the whole, Aryan race thing. It's not a back in the day. It was not about the color of your skin and more about the pedigree that you came with.
Yeah, the social caste too. But I 100% agree with you there. I also think that she was I mean, if you actually go listen to that freaking interview, she's talking about how it was about humankind being essentially evil too. We weren't just talking about racists, we were talking about evil people. Which I understand that too. You know what I mean? But again, taken out of context, I can see why
exactly.
everybody get huffy, But
And
everybody
it's
needs to
one of those. There's
climb the fuck out of their own assholes. You know what I mean? It's pretty much where I'm at with it.
And it's one of those deals where a lot of people aren't going to have extreme nuance about it and all that. It's by listening to today's news and all that, you're only going to get one side, and you only have one side. You gotta as much as like I believe that it's hard to become known nowadays, or to even like get into the YouTube business, because there are so many little itty bitty bubbles everywhere.
Yeah.
That it's like just like the news. If you listen to CNN, you're gonna get a different take. If you listen to Fox, you're gonna get a different take. Just like on YouTube, if you listen to one guy, you're getting a completely different take, and the algorithm. The algorithm will rarely let you see the other side of the take,
Right. 100%.
So.
Yeah, and they're trying to go after Trevor Noah too for some shit he said on Twitter back in the day. Same for Dave Chappelle. Go figure. It just feels like hit jobs,
Yeah, and that's one of those deals where it's like, how long are you going to hold people's passwords to their accountability? How long are you going to hold people to previous thoughts, maybe that were just like a spur of the moment that they thought was funny type deal?
Yeah. I mean, we all joke, amongst ourselves, and those jokes you tell your group of 3 friends are always a lot worse than the ones you tell a full audience.
Exactly.
So.
I do have to apologize to everybody. We're about to enter a area where there's more people and there's a little bit more talking.
Why don't you, if anybody approaches you about why you got a mic, why don't you ask them a question of some sort and see if they speak English?
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally gonna do that, but it's just one of those. I like to keep it moving, keep it
Yeah,
wandering
totally.
around. Especially since I've never been here. Like I've just approached an area that is laced with the smell of sugar. Like I'm pretty sure I just got two new cavities from walking in this area, and they're just selling Belgian waffles.
Jesus Christ. OG Belgium waffles, too. That's awesome.
Exactly. Um, so yeah, it's just one of those like you would love to forget the past. Everybody would love to forget the past, but the world we live in today does not allow you to forget the past. In fact, they're going to take your past and make it haunt you until you're no longer economically viable, which is probably the most evilest thing I can think of.
Yep. Capitalism.
Exactly. I'm trying to think of a funny analogy, and all I got is, pretty much connecting it to even a broader worldview. A lot of Americans are saying, why don't the Middle East just forget? Why don't the Balkans just forget? Well, how can you forget when somebody literally fucked up your entire childhood?
Yep.
But
It's true.
at the same time, that's a little bit of a different ball game since they are that's a life and death matter versus just somebody saying words.
Your hair gets more frizzy the more you go off. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm starting to eat my hair. I'm hoping to later tonight cough up a fur ball. It'll be quite enjoyable.
A tie ball. Um, let's see. So that's it for comedy news. Just a bunch of people trying to get canceled. That's all comedy news is anymore, isn't it? It's lame as shit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's I always find it's a weird and sad state of being where you can no longer trust the politicians and anything, and you start listening and trusting comedians who are literally just trying to twist your perception of the world to get you to laugh. You know?
Right? It's kind of sad that that's how I get most of my news anymore. You know what I mean? 100%.
Exactly. Like if you're getting your news from Tim Dillon, God bless you. But at the
God
same
help you.
time, you got to understand that you're getting a little bit of the headline and a lot of his
Take.
views on the world and
Yeah.
everything.
100%. The king of making his take comedy, right? So,
Exactly.
although comedy news, Timmy D didn't drop an episode this week, so what the hell? You know?
Well, if
It's
you,
what it is.
I imagine you're like me and you're watching the free stuff, and he's pretty good, just like we have in the past of telling audience members to go fuck yourself because it's free. If it's late, it's late. If it's not, it's not.
100%. That's what it is, dude. That's what it is.
Um, so let me ask you, Chris. We're already like what 10, 15 minutes into this thing.
Yeah, we're 23 minutes in.
Okay. Mobile podcast studio on my end. How do you think it's working out so far?
Oh, it's just fine. I haven't noticed any problems. I'd say something if it was really bad, but it's fun. I'm enjoying it. Hope you guys are too at home. So.
I'm just trying, to bring the exotic locations that most Americans haven't been to into the podcast since I'm out and about in the world. So I figured, at least they'd get, side of an old building behind me or something, raise that production value like I promised in Abu Dhabi.
Except we're not green screening it like a bunch of liars. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're seeing real time.
I'm out and about. The video and the audio is shaky. You're hearing actual people speak different languages in the background and everything. you know, out here doing it real.
That's right, dude. That's right. You should do some guerrilla comedy while you're out there. If you can't find an open mic, just find a street corner. Street corner,
Yeah,
bring your mic, don't plug it into anything.
I'm debating it. It's just one of those. As you enter different regions in the world, I've noticed that there's a definite discrimination, similar to what we have in America. You know, where you're just like, "This is America, speak English," and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
It exists in France too, except it's French. It exists in China too, except it's Mandarin. You know, uh, everybody wants you to speak like you're from there because everybody wants just the easy way out, you know.
Right.
And there's
Bunch of racist assholes.
you know, it's one of those. This might be a more serious podcast, but I believe that Americans and humans in general just need to get the fuck over themselves.
100.
You know, like you got a language barrier. Well, thank God we have technology that allows you to overcome that. You know, like there's so many different ways to overcome communication nowadays that your opinion on what language people speaks no longer fucking matters. Why are we, you know, like why is that even a problem?
But hey, real quick, while I'm thinking about it, a real quick word from our sponsors. Um, Comcast, here to hear everything you listen to and approve it. So, sponsored by Comcast. Thank you guys. I'm playing. Well, that's a joke. Terrible joke.
No, I like it.
Terrible joke.
No, I like it. I'm pretty sure we just like crossed 3 different assassination meetings, you know, and we just recorded it on this podcast. Pretty sure we just passed a couple drug deals, you know. So we're just out there capturing all the evidence for Comcast and Comcast only.
100%. And that'd be a podcast first if you were just like wandering the streets of Belgium and like sketchy drug dealed on the podcast. That'd be fucking hilarious, honestly. I'd applaud you.
Well,
I'd give you so much shit.
I'm quite confident I just passed 2, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It's I just didn't show them on camera because, you know, I like my liver unstabbed.
Stabby, stab, stab. We also need to get you like a combat knife you can walk around with or something. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
That
nice.
would be nice. Oh my god, my poor dude. He just got a bug in his mouth. At this time of year, located entirely in Belgium. Are you kidding me? No, I'm playing. We do have the lovely KD here on I'm sorry, Dr. Evil.
What's up? What's up?
Thanks for being
Dr.
here.
Evil, how's it going?
Good as always. Oh, it's going all right. How you been? How you living?
Pretty good. Just wandering back towards the hotel because it's sundown and I don't play well when it's dark outside, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
I mean, you look like you could be security, so, you know.
Could be, but definitely not.
You need to get yourself a pair of glasses that make you look like a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna fuck with that guy. Because I'd say, man, with your glasses off, you do look like you're rough and tumble. But with your glasses on, you know, I could see it going down a little bit. But a pair of glasses that say, man, I'm not here to fuck around. I will fuck your day up, even though I got these bitches on.
So what you're saying is I should totally, like, either invest in a nice pair of badass sunglasses or just go blind.
No, that's why I said we need to get you a pair that's like bad to the bone. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I know you, bro.
Bones.
I know you, bro. If you went without your glasses, you'd be falling into fire hydrants and God knows what. You know.
I mean, I get your point of view, and I've just never seen myself in that light because I'm just my awkward self. But at the same time, I also wonder, could I like
Could I be a bad
get some
bitch?
contacts and just be a thug?
Could I be a baddie? And yes, you could be a
Exactly.
baddie, 100%.
um. So yeah, I'm gonna try. Since the whole mobile thing's working out, how do you feel about if I try it out in France? Maybe get the Eiffel Tower in the background or something.
Yeah, I'd be down. That'd be so cool. It'd be so cool. When you go, before you go walking around and recording in different countries, though, I recommend you check and make sure there's like no laws that you're breaking on the like recording aspect. Can I
Oh, yeah,
legally
yeah,
go
yeah,
record
yeah.
a podcast walking around in X country? You know what I mean?
Exactly. I did
'Cause I
that for
bet
here in
in
Belgium.
Dubai that wasn't cool, right? You know, we know
Yeah,
that.
in Dubai, it's a whole other like you get arrested, you get basically thrown in jail for taking any sort of video. Like you could be calling your mother on Facebook Messenger. If it's a video component involved, you could go to jail. Um, I'm not sure if it's them trying to hide their human rights abuses that allegedly happened, or if it's, you know, them trying to protect their women, as they quote it. I'm not sure the situations behind it, but like a Mexico's a weird one. You're not allowed to do video anything in Mexico without a permit. So,
Gotcha.
you know,
And that's not just
most
a
of Europe
permit
is
down there. That's a talk with the cartels and make sure, you know what I mean. It's a
exactly.
it's a
They just wanna
government
make
permit,
sure
and then you
nothing.
get a cartel permit too. Whether it's
Exactly.
written or not, they're permitting you to fucking do it. I'll tell you that.
You got it right.
Yeah, there's a good view of his
so
chin.
for most of Europe, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty solid. Belgium's one of those countries where I shouldn't get in trouble for this. I looked it up. It seems like there's no laws on the book.
No, that's okay. It wouldn't be the
But at the
first time we
same,
were breaking laws, but
hmm
that's okay.
but at the same time, I'm a little criminal at heart. So I, through my walking around, I almost saw 2 or 3 cops, and it's like they're all in a van. So who gives a fuck?
Next thing we know, we just see Ty get grabbed and the camera goes off, and that's the podcast for today. Oh my god. They're all in vans out there, just ready to snatch you. Tremendous.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Tremendous ending with a whole bunch of heartbreak and worry for my mother.
I'd make it viral. We would make it viral, bro.
Podcaster grabbed in Belgium for what? Videotaping. He is going to serve 69 years for the rest of all eternity, just because he also happened to have pissed on a cop's boots when they arrested him because he was so scared. We will follow with more updates from the trial.
I'd ask you if you have any dates coming up, but I bet that's a no at the moment.
Dates coming up, pretty much, spelling out all the stories and stuff I collect on the road here back in Florida towards the end of March. So
Awesome.
and then most of April I'll be stateside, so I'll get some weird open mics in there for people to go to wherever I'm at. And then, oh crap, wind! Sorry, everybody.
That's okay.
And then from there, it's pretty much just smooth sailing into Australia.
When you go to Australia,
Right now, it's looking like Australia might be towards the summer and all that. Just give me a second to get out of this wind.
It's okay. It's a little crazy.
There we go. That's a little better. It's looking like Australia is going to be in the summer, while so it's looking like kind of most of July, a little bit of August.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, I'm glad you'll be coming back towards the end of March. So you'll only really have a month out there. So that'll be cool. And looking forward to having you back.
And it's one of those deals where it's just like they just filled out the visa, so who knows what's actually going to happen, you know?
Right. 100%. Let's go ahead. Let's call it a little bit early because I got to get stepping here in just a little bit to band practice. Did you just get to the hotel?
Okay. Alrighty.
Your background just turned all white.
I just reached the hotel again, so
be good. All right. It looks like a nice hotel too. Looks cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. We're at the Thon Hotel in city center Brussels. It's THON. And it's nice. They got a ducky for their hotel animal symbol, so that's quite fantastic.
Can we see it? You flip it around.
Maybe. I don't know if I'm allowed to film in this hotel, but I'm always good for breaking the rules. Let's see here. I'm trying to angle it right. So you can kind of see at the bottom of the stairs right there. You got a little red duck.
I see it. It's a little red duck.
Yeah.
All right, let's boogie. Let's boogie. Let's get out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they called the cops on you, bro. Yeah, we might want to end this podcast.
I'm down, man. I'm down, whatever you are.
All right, I love you. You have a good rest of your week, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, dude, we'll be back next weekend. You know it. We're going to make it happen for y'all. Mad love and respect.
Mad love.